Early one February morning in Georgia, a deadly tragedy unfolded. On a quiet stretch of Interstate 85, a father of two had just arrived in America, chasing a dream for his children. But in a single moment, that dream was shattered forever. Omar Ortiz, the man full of hope, full of plans, would never see his children grow up. He had just arrived from Cuba, only a week earlier, leaving behind everything he knew, hoping for something better, for his little girl and boy. He wanted to give them safety, opportunity, a future. But in one terrible moment, everything changed. It was February 4th, 2024, around 4 a.m. Cold, quiet, near Flowery Branch Road in Gwinnett County. Most people were asleep, unaware that a deadly event was about to unfold. At the same time, 40-year-old Sonal Patel was awake. She had been awake for 2 days straight, exhausted, impaired, under the influence of alcohol and a prescription drug called trazodone used to treat depression and anxiety. Despite her condition, Patel drove onto the highway, and then she stopped her car, right in the middle of a travel lane. There, in the darkness of early morning, she fell asleep behind the wheel. Highways are meant to carry cars safely, but that morning, on that quiet stretch of Interstate 85, safety was gone. Moments later, a car driven by 26-year-old Leticia Almaguer appeared. Inside her car was Omar Ortiz, full of hope, unaware of the danger ahead. At high speed, Almaguer's car struck Patel's stationary vehicle. The impact was sudden, violent, deadly. Omar Ortiz, a father, a newcomer, a man with dreams for his family, was killed instantly. Emergency responders rushed both women to the hospital, but for Omar, it was too late. He was gone, leaving behind 2 young children, a grieving family, and a future that would never be realized. Investigators later revealed shocking details. Patel had cocaine in her car. She was driving without a valid license. She had a previous DUI arrest from 2007. All these factors, combined with fatigue and intoxication, created a perfect storm. A deadly series of choices that ended a life in an instant. This was not an accident. It was a preventable tragedy. Omar Ortiz had arrived in the United States with hope. He wanted to provide, to care for his children, to build a life for them. But in one terrible moment, all of that was taken away. Leticia Almaguer, who survived the crash, said, "His girl and boy are going to grow up without a dad." Her words carry the weight of grief and the heavy truth of Omar's loss. In court, Patel accepted responsibility. She pled guilty to vehicular homicide and driving under the influence. She reached a plea deal with prosecutors. A Gwinnett County judge sentenced her to 7 years in prison, followed by 18 years of probation, 7 years for a life lost, and decades of consequences for everyone involved. But no sentence, no punishment can restore Omar's life. It cannot ease the pain of the children who will never know their father. This tragic crash is a stark reminder that a single bad choice can change countless lives forever. One moment, one decision, one reckless action can alter everything in an instant. While Patel faces prison, Omar's children must live without their father. A life that should have been filled with laughter, guidance, love, now carries a void that cannot be filled. Every decision on the road matters. Every action has consequences, Driving while tired, intoxicated, or under the influence is not just a personal choice. It is a choice that affects everyone around you. For Omar Ortiz, one moment, one choice ended everything. One father, full of hope and dreams, was taken too soon, and two children left to grow up without him. May his story remind us all that life is fragile, and sometimes all it takes is a single reckless choice to change everything. If this story left you with questions, comment your thoughts below. Subscribe and hit the bell to follow more real-life cases where tragedy meets justice.